This is a Bigjigs wooden railway Eurostar e320 train model. The British Rail Class 374, also referred to as the Eurostar e320, is a type of electric multiple-unit passenger train used on Eurostar services through the Channel Tunnel to serve destinations beyond the core routes to Paris and Brussels. They began to run passenger services in November 2015. The trains, owned by Eurostar International Limited, are 16-coach versions of the Siemens Bolero. Each train is 390.2 meters, 1,280 feet, long. The trains are compliant with the technical specifications for interoperability, TSI. Eurostar International's older fleet of Class 373 Eurostar E300 trains, introduced in 1994 when the Channel Tunnel opened, could not be used on the 15 kV AC overhead line, OHLE, electrification system used in Germany, and most of the older trains could not be used on the 1.5 kV DC overhead line, OHLE, electrification system used in the Netherlands, and the trains did not have sufficient space on board to install ERTMS signaling. This meant that Eurostar could not run its Class 373 units on services to these countries, and the Class 374 was designed and built to overcome these problems and enable Eurostar to run services to these locations. When the Class 374 trains are used in the United Kingdom, they can only run on High-Speed 1, which has been designed to accommodate larger trains from mainland Europe, having a larger loading gauge compared to the domestic British rail network. The original order for 10 sets was increased to 17 sets in November 2014. As of June 2018, the Class 374 has replaced the majority of Class 373s, with most Class 373 trains having since been withdrawn and scrapped in the UK. The trains were constructed at the Siemens plant at Krefeld in Germany, with the first rolled out for testing at the Wildenrath test circuit in early 2013 as Class 374, with the first unit bearing this UIC identification mark. 15. The intention was for the first unit to enter service in 2014, but the approval was delayed. As a consequence, Eurostar did receive its first unit in 2014 for presentation, but operation could only start a year later. At the presentation of the first train in London in November 2014, Eurostar announced that they had ordered 7 additional train sets, and that the first E320 service would be at the end of 2015. By November 2014, 9 of the 10 trains had been built, and all 10 were scheduled to be delivered by April 2016. The 7 trains in the second order were all operational by March 2018. Eurostar had used the trains to expand its core operation between London St Pancras International, Paris Gare du Nord and Brussels Midi/Zuid. To meet the prospect of increased competition through the Channel Tunnel, primarily from DB, it intends to use them to expand its network to Amsterdam, Frankfurt and Cologne, and more destinations in France. The first Class 374 set entered service in November 2015. Ahead of the full launch of the new type, the receipt of the safety authorization from the Intergovernmental Commission was received earlier than expected, allowing Eurostar to begin utilizing the type on a small number of services for in-service testing. In September 2013, Eurostar announced that its new service between London and Amsterdam, intended to begin operation in December 2016, would be operated by the trains. Since April 2018, the scheduled service to Amsterdam operates with 2 E320 trains per day. In early 2018, the tracks and international platforms at Ashford International underwent a £10 million refurbishment to allow compatibility with Eurostar's E320 trains from April 1, 2018. On April 3, 2018, the Secretary of State for Transport Chris Grayling met the first E320 that called at the station after the works had been called completed by the local authority. Problems with power spikes which damaged equipment of the new trains, however, initially prevented Class 374 trains from calling at Ashford, with the problem resolved in December 2019. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our vid and subscribe to our channel.